to Midnight Motorsports running here at Daytona. This is their season opener tonight. We've got a pretty good, strong field here. Guys have been out here practicing for almost 2 hours. So turning some pretty good laps. Joining me in the booth, I got Roger Wagner, my good old buddy. How you doing, Roger?
Doing good, Rudy. Looking forward to getting a new season started for these guys. We wrapped up the old one last week with Sean Butler taking home the title, and now everybody's back to zero, and we'll see how everyone does with this new season.
Roger that.
Oops. We're not muted, are we?
No. Messed up. I guess it's alright. My scene kind of moved on me for some reason.
I gotcha.
I guess it's alright. But anyhow, yeah, kind of excited about. We're gonna have a pretty good field here tonight, Roger, and I'm kind of excited. You know, I like to see good full fields especially at a track like Daytona, Talladega. Makes for exciting races, but then again, you know, the bigger the field, sometimes that can be a bad thing. But hopefully
more cars don't mean better races.
That's right. Hopefully it doesn't mean you know, we're gonna lose them tonight, but lose people.
Oh, it's a new season and everything's reset to zero, so I think everything will be just fine. This is a good bunch of guys. These guys race really good together, so I don't think there'll be a whole lot of problems for you.
Yeah, I think you're right. Gonna be a pretty full field. I mean, wow. David Lancaster making it in tonight. We didn't see him last week, Roger.
No, it ends up costing him third place in the points because he couldn't make it last week, and you know, it's good to have him back out here on track to start the fresh season and see where he can end up in the points.
Sure thing, yeah. He can make it this whole season and maybe run as good as he did last season, and we'll have to wait and see. Should be an exciting one, though. Coming down to a little less than 5 minutes here till we do start qualifying.
Yeah, I'm double checking with the guys to see if I have double duty tonight. But you know, I always keep track of incidents for these guys, so.
Very good. We might have about 24, looks like about 24 drivers out there tonight so far. Still got a little less than 4 minutes to make it in before qualifying starts. And even after qualifying starts, they can still make it in, but
always remembers of. I've only seen one guy that disconnected. Bob Roberts left the server. Oh wait, I'm sorry. John Gamble also left the server, so 2. Or we'd have just a little bigger field, but you know, 23, 24 trucks, that's still quite a bit.
Sure thing. New guy there, Chris Murfield. I don't remember his name.
I've seen him before. I was wanting to say it was here.
Robert Summers is back. Good to see him back. I believe he just joined the last race of the last season last week, didn't he? So brand new driver. He's back to racing tonight. Jared Akey in. Boy, a lot of guys not on the track right now. Wow, ain't nobody on the track. Patrick rolling out there trying to turn a few laps. Well, I went out and I tried a couple of different setups, Roger, and actually it was pretty fast, but still off of the pace from some of these guys. But I wasn't in the draft like they were.
Yeah, more in the draft to get you a lot quicker. I went out with the couple of guys from Raw Power Motorsports and ran a few laps with them and tweaked on their setup for them. Picked up a bunch. It depends on what kind of tape you got on, what kind of draft you're doing, how many trucks you're in. Are you catching trucks in front of you? Are you the last guy on the line? So I don't put a whole lot of stock in being fast. If your truck's drivable and it can stay in a draft, that's where you put your stock on these super speedways. And I don't see too many guys that aren't able to stick in the draft. So
Yeah. Yeah, it should be pretty interesting to see how these guys do run there. I like the number 9 saying on the back of his truck, "Push here." That's pretty cool.
I saw that in a B race the other day. The guy had a target right in the center of the bumper, and it said "Push here only."
Who the heck was that? That wasn't the number 9. 91, excuse me. Jason Grattan. Push here, right there on the back. Pretty cool. Yeah, a little bit of wind out there tonight, Roger, and I think these guys are going to start. They're going to feel that wind. It looks like when you're coming down the front stretch, you're kind of going right in, almost into the wind. It's a little bit of a side wind, and when you go down the back stretch, man, it's like hitting you in the tail, and you're just flying down that back stretch.
Right. Yeah, the wind will play a little bit of a role, not as much as you might think. It'll definitely hurt in qualifying, but you're not going to really notice it that much in the race. It's not really blowing off into a corner like on the side of the truck. It's blowing straight behind. So I think everybody's going to be fine. The wind's not going to be a factor here tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, well, they've got coming down to the last couple seconds here. Qualifying is about to start. As soon as they get ready here, we'll play the national anthem for these guys.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, Roger, we are back here. Thank you, Johnny Reed Foley. What a man, what a great rendition that is, and appreciate very much him doing that for us.
Yeah, I'm watching these guys in open qualifying right now.
Yeah, they're. How are they doing?
Well, we had a cat and mouse game at the very beginning of the thing. We had a handful of guys jump out there, and then they tried to get a big pack, and the guys in the front didn't want to be in the front, so they kind of slowed it up. A bunch of them stopped on the backstretch.
Oh, brother.
They're off on the flat down there, but they're still down there.
Well, I'm trying not to be on anybody specific, so, you know.
Nah, there's nobody to be on.
Yep.
These guys have to remember this pushing. You can get a 0x, or it won't count your lap. So you gotta just barely get up there to the guy and just run right up underneath him. Because if you touch him, neither one of your lap counts.
That's right. Yeah, I guess I never really realized that. But yeah, you get a 0x, it don't count. So this could be interesting here, having this open qualifying like this. Could be kind of interesting to see how they do manage that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go out with your partner and then go in and switch, or switch out on the track and run another set of laps. Give you both a chance to go fast by being the truck in the back. So. All those guys cleared off the backstretch, and they've come out as a group now, it looks like. I think they just wanted to be alone.
You get 10 minutes to qualify, correct?
Yeah, they had about 5 minutes left.
All right. So by watching these guys practice a little bit tonight, Roger, what do you think we're looking at here as far as race-wise? You think this is going to be a pretty tight field, or you think there's going to be a lot of maybe kind of guys backing off a little bit, try to stay clear of the wrecks? How do you think this is going to be?
Well, you're going to see a lot of different strategies. You're going to see some guys that want to start way back, avoid any wrecks. You're going to see the guys at the front that want to get going and try to break away and start pushing on each other real hard, which may or may not cause problems. And then you see the guys in the pack that just kind of ride or try to move position when it opens itself up. And we could see a whole lot of green flag laps, or we could see a whole lot of yellow. Just kind of depends on everybody's mindset. If they go in knowing we got 65 laps and you don't have to race until the last 15, then we'll get through green flag pit stops. That'll break the field up, and then everybody can go racing. That's what I'd like to see. What we're actually going to see, I'm not a fortune teller, I can't tell you, but this is a good bunch of guys, and they should be really, really smooth and really fast.
Something got moved. Everything got moved on me here for some reason.
Well, we hate it when that happens.
Yeah. I don't like it at all. Okay, I think we're good now. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Stephen Pearson dropping out. Tommy Lee on the pole right now with a 48.267. Well, nobody's even come close to that.
Yeah, even his drafting partner isn't close to it.
Yeah, what the heck's up with that?
I wonder if it's one of those glitches that we've seen since the new build.
Well, I see they're going to be down again tomorrow morning from 9 to 10 Eastern. Something about some other web update or something that they're going to be doing. So.
There's some close times now. 3-3, 3-4.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a little better.
Yeah, I think we'll see that pick up a little bit more. Some of them other guys back there pick up a little more because getting them things up to speed sometimes takes. Boy, they're just so hard to get these things up to speed.
Takes a while. Definitely takes a while to get them up to full speed.
They're a lot slower than before the build. They're, man, oh man, they're like taking so much speed off these things.
Yeah, it's hard to build the speed back into them too. I found that out the hard way.
Coming down to the last few seconds here, about 10 seconds left of qualifying.
Butler's run 2 laps in a row now with no qualifying time. But his partner's getting the time every time, so I don't know what the deal is, but he ain't getting a lap.
Alright, well, qualifying time's over.
48.08, 48.081 poles.
Lancaster.
Hey, Lancaster and Kevin Mitchell, good laps together there.
Alright. As soon as these guys do take the grid, if it ever ends, it still hasn't ended. There's
It'll end now.
Yep. Alright, get down here trackside. And once these guys all start gridding, we will run down the qualifying order. About looks to
About
be
25?
something like that. 20, yeah, well, 27 maybe. 27 driver.
I actually got 25, so we have 2 that aren't here.
Oh, okay. All right, David Lancaster on the pole in the number 50 with a 48.080. Kevin Mitchell in the number 27, starting second. In third, Tommy Lee in the number 24. In fourth, the 32 of Brent Keith. In fifth, the number 12 of Perry Snelson. In 6th, the number 70 of Doug Lemons. In 7th, the 87 of William Toney. In 8th, the number 13 of Ron Coles. In 9th, the number 19 of Scott Barkman. 10th, the 29 of Nicholas Stone. 11th, the 21 of David Robleski. And Sean Butler starting 12th in the number 88, Roger.
Jason Sidelove is in the number 44 truck. He's going to start 13th. Patrick Rowland in the 4 truck will start 14th. Jared Akey in the 69 15th. 16th is the 9 of Mark Russell. The 34 is Robert Summers. He's going to start 17th. Roy Hall is in the 45 truck starting 18th. Chris Muirfield is 19th in the number 2. Vernon Markham in the 33 starting 20th. Mike Vining is going to start 21st in the number 20 truck. And John Gamble is going to start the number 5 truck in 22nd, Rudy.
Alright, looks like Jason Grattan in 24th, starting in the number 91. And taking up the rear of the field, Stephen Pearson, I believe, in the 83. And that looks like that is going to be it. Bob Roberts, Sam Henry did not show up. So Stephen Pearson taking the rear of the field up. Okay, back up front here. Getting ready to go green. David Lancaster brings them around, and we'll make sure we are live. We are. Okay. So yeah, I think you're right, Roger. I think we're going to see maybe a few cars break away here on the start, try to get out there and get a little distance put on the field. Pit window. We're only running 65 laps, so obviously they can make it on 1 pit stop, correct?
Yeah, we can make it on 1 pit stop, about 40 laps, man. So unless they've changed the fuel cell, which I need to look at. I don't think that they shrank the fuel cell. I think they left it 100%.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Field has formed up here through 3 and 4. Looking pretty good. Looks like about 24 trucks out there right now.
Go ahead and get this thing fired off, Roger.
Going to start the new season for Midnight Motorsports right here from Daytona. The perfect place to start. The 24 trucks, Lancaster and Mitchell in the front row. Pace car is in. Green flag's in the air, and we are underway for the new season. Big check up on that start coming, fully in effect there. But it does look like Lancaster gets out, and Tommy Lee is going to push him right on past Mitchell, and it looks like Snelson's trying to go with them before they get to turn 1.
Tommy Lee, come down underneath. Does not bring the caution out,
yet.
though. And Lancaster clear inside. Oh, man. So Lancaster don't even get to start that first lap. And no caution. Kevin Mitchell going to be here. Looks like he's gonna
lap
be
1, that was just a bad choice by the 24 truck to try to make that dive right there. It just, lap 1, you don't have to.
Yeah, right. So Perry Snelson going to be our leader. As he crosses the line here, it looks like he is going to be our leader first lap.
Yeah, the seat just kind of parted for him. He ended up not being in the middle of that, Rudy, and that worked out pretty well for him.
Right there in second, Kevin Mitchell going to be pushing the daylights out of him. Brent Keith third. Doug Lemons in fourth. Look for them two to get tangled up together. Bad choice of words there.
Yeah, let's not get them hooked up together.
Yeah. We'll get them
Let's get them pushing on each other. Yeah, partnered up. That's better.
Yeah, we've already seen, they're already 2x2 here in the front. 2x2x2 at the front 6 hooking up together.
It looks like Ron Coles and Patrick Rowland are trying to get together. They're getting a little bit of a challenge right now from William Toney and Scott Barton. They just haven't got them bumpers together quite yet. I tell you what, I'm seeing Nicholas Stone's got damage on the left rear corner of that truck car ready for probably getting pushed.
Sean Butler in 6th. Tail end of that front 6 that have kind of pulled away a little bit. And I think the guys are just kind of riding it out right now. Nobody's really being too rambunctious about pushing.
No, everybody's just trying to kind of be safe now. I mean, that lap 1 thing was kind of weird, but right now we're just looking at 2x2 everywhere, so.
Yeah, everybody's searching for a partner, one that they can stay there with. Looks like David Lancaster maybe on pit road trying to get that thing fixed up. We've got one off the pace down there. What's that?
It's Bob Roberts just coming out onto the track. He showed a little late. He's going to be a few laps down. He's at least 2 laps down that I can tell. Probably 3.
Yeah, I think he is 3.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm looking at right now. I got to be sure I'm right. I think the 69 truck's already got damage.
Oh, no big surprise there.
I might be wrong. It might just be the way that paint lays on there. It looks like it's got a crease down the right rear corner, but it might just be the way the paint's laying on the truck. Okay, it's the way his paint's laying.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I didn't think he'd have damage already, but you just never know. Running into 14 here at 80.
But he's coming forward, so I figured it had to be all 12.
Running 5.2 seconds behind the leader, but they are working at it, coming up through. And he's working with Jason Sizemore there. Good partner.
Well, we got about the top 12 or 15 trucks right here, all back in the group again.
Yes, sir. Mark Russell off into the mix. Coming forward. Patrick Rowland right there beside him. Those two, boy, coming up through the field.
Yeah, when they got hooked up, they instantly started heading forward, so.
Now Mark Russell, they can tuck it back in behind, and they're all single file now. Nobody trying to push it up through. You know, getting a run on the outside like that, but if you can have about 4 or 5 working together, you might make it up through there, but just 2 of you by yourself, I don't think you're going to be able to do it. Outside line's pretty fast, but it's not that fast.
You got a good chance if you get enough guys, but you've all got to be committed. You've all got to stay with it too.
Right. Yeah, you got to
staying on the bottom.
You got to get that side draft to get a good run. Well, Tommy Lee, after that ordeal there, is back up into 17th because he had fallen all the way back. I think he was back in about 21st or something, and he is caught back up to the 17th place. We'll check in real quick here and see where he's at. Running here with, he's got a partner, Robert Summers, and him working together.
And that line of trucks has worked themselves together right there, so that if they would stay just in one solid single line, I honestly believe that they would be able to catch this front group. I mean, they're 9 seconds back. They have still got 60 laps to catch them.
Sure thing. Yep.
He's got a bunch of damage on the left rear corner of that truck for sure.
Quite a pack of trucks right here. Jason Gratton is in on that. Stephen Pearson. Stephen Pearson started shotgun on the field right clear in the dead last position, like 24th or something like that. And let's see, 27th. 27th on the field, and here he is running in the 20th position. So he's coming forward. Mike Binding also right there.
John Gamble just got down in front of Vernon Markham, and those two will be coming back up on the back, wrinkled back bumper of Chris Muirfield here just pretty quick.
Chris is searching for a partner right now, just kind of riding with these guys. But he'd been looking for a partner, I think, out there. back up to the front. See Perry Snelson still leading. Led all 8 laps so far. After that little mix up there with David Lancaster and Tommy Lee, that let Perry Snelson sneak up right past Kevin Mitchell and take over that top spot.
They just lapped Lancaster again. He's way up on that outside. Now he gets down in the line here. He's about 3 laps down, I think. 2 or 3 anyway.
3 laps right now as
Yep.
they cross the line, yep.
And his truck's got some damage on it from that ride through the grass and that shot in the rear end. So.
He hit the inside wall pretty hard, that front too, so he's probably got some toe damage and could be knocked out. Toe could be knocked out. But boy, I'll tell you what, this front pack here is really pulling away from that backpack. They've got a heck of a distance, and these guys just ride nose to tail, and I don't see anybody pushing in that pack at all, Roger.
Yeah, and they're not going to. It's a little too early. Now the guys at the back have to. They have to push.
Second there, it looked like Doug Lemons was going to take a peek and maybe try to go 3 wide on the inside of Brent Keith, but then he thought otherwise. He would like to get down to that low line, but he's kind of all over the place here, not sure where he wants to go. Well, I'll tell you what, they're all doubling back up now, Roger, and I'll tell you what, they've got a good run going here on the outside.
Yeah, that Ford decided it was time to see what kind of muscle they had. They've gotten up there close. Oh, and somebody's in the wall. I don't know who that was. Got in the wall. I think that was Barton and put it in the fence. That'll hurt that outside line a bunch.
Yeah, that after having such a good run there, 4 of them coming up on that high side. Brent Keith and Doug Lemons still trying to battle here side by side with Nicholas Stone.
Well, that's just moved Sean Butler and his little partner Nick Stone right up in there to 3rd and 4th as they sneak by everybody there.
Yeah, they sure did. Well, that inside line, we know that inside line's faster. But if they can just, like I said, if they can just get 4 trucks up on that high side to work that over. But it's a little early. No sense in being up there rambunctious right now. Wait till after pit stops and work at it then. Try to see if you can't get by some of those guys. Pit stops, I don't think we're going to see any tire changes. It's going to be a go.
Yeah, it'll be fuel only. We'll start seeing them about somewhere between lap 23 and 27. That'll get us the rest of the way home.
Ron Cole's now in 7th. Patrick Rowland up to 8th. William Toney 9th. Scott Barkman in 10th.
Robleski and Mark Russell are on the outside now back here. As this front group has kind of broken up, they've decided to push a bunch to see how much space they can get up.
We'll ride along here with Mark Russell. Looking ahead to the pack, got a pretty good run here on the high side. May get by as they go here door to door. Guys fall out there, Vernon Markham and John Gamble.
I think both of them trucks had some damage and they weren't running real good, so they've taken them in behind the wall.
Boy, what a run they've got going on here. Mark Russell and his partner, man, they are marching right up through the field here on the outside.
Having to switch right here in the middle 3 and 4, and it'll back them up a little until they get hooked back up, and then I bet they take right back off.
Pretty good switch though, man, right up through the middle. Robleski went right up the middle, and I don't think they lost not even a mile an hour.
They did a good job. They didn't lose any position to the guys up front. They stayed behind, or they stayed beside, I'm sorry, the 70 and the 32 there, Keith and Lemons, and now they're pushing on past Butler and Nick Stone.
got to run for the lead. Coming up on the outside of Perry Snelson and Kevin Mitchell. Getting a little bit of that side draft.
We'll see if Mitchell decides to start pushing on Snelson here to try to keep them out front.
Mark Russell hits the wall. That's going to cost him a lot of momentum right there.
They put a big wrinkle in the right front corner and knocked the toe out.
And he hit it
This
again.
truck is struggling bad.
And again, and again.
Yeah, that truck won't drive straight because the right front toe is cleaned out on that truck. All that work to get up there, and now it's all over with.
Oh, man. Now he's going to have to struggle to stay in that front pack. Going to tuck it back in behind. Mark.
He won't hang there long.
No, he's got a lot of damage on that truck, on that front. He's quite a bit slower, and boy, he's falling back really quick. He may be going to come down pit road here, I'm not sure. Maybe to try to get some of that damage fixed up.
Yeah, he's not going to have a whole lot of luck with it. I think that thing's really tore up.
Yeah.
He's going to have to do something.
He's going to fall backwards really quick. Coming right up behind him, we've got Jared Akey and Jason Seislov. Them two have been hooked up since the green flag flew. And boy, they are coming. Now up to 3.3 seconds behind the leader. As they went by Mark Russell like he was standing still.
Right. A group at the back, Inspector about 15th, they've actually chopped a little bit of time off of this. They're just not chopping it off in big chunks.
Scott Barkman now staying way up high, and that's going to allow Tommy Lee and company to come up through past him. Robert Summers. And it looks like
Mark Russell's on pit road.
Mark Russell is on pit road. Just going to say that. Yeah, he's got to get some of that damage fixed because he is just way too slow. Well, even though he's stopping now, he can't make it the rest of the way.
No.
So, unless there's a caution or something, but he's just sitting there trying to get some of that damage fixed. Sounds like he killed the motor and he's going to wait.
Yeah, there was a bunch of right front toes knocked out. I'm sure some of the suspension messed up on that truck. It was not driving straight at all.
And put Mark Russell, I'm sorry, way back to 21st position right now. David Lancaster and Bob Roberts now way back. 22nd, 23rd, about 4 laps down. Those two probably, I don't know, they could be working together. David Lancaster, no, he's by himself out here. And Bob Roberts is by himself now, staying way up on the high side, and he is about to be lapped. Again, I should say.
Yeah, these guys getting around here pretty quickly, you know, like 49 O's, 48 9s.
Perry Snelson doing a great job up in that front.
Robleski out of line for some reason, and that's he better find a hole here. Because he's without a partner. His partner wrecked his truck.
He's going to have to ducks it down in behind Doug Lemons.
Right in front of Ron Cole. Well, then the next 5 to 7 laps, we'll start seeing strategies play out. Guys that are going to pit early are going to pit. Otherwise, they're going to go until they run it out of fuel and then just try to take fuel only.
Patrick rolling in 9th. Boy, he got a great start there, moving from 14th up to 9th. William Tony in 10th. Jared Akey and Jason Seislov have caught this group now. Look at this. Now we've got, 12 cars up in the front here. 12 truck. Battling.
Yep, looks like it.
Bob Roberts kind of ducks it in there to get in line with them guys, not to keep going back. Good job by him. He kind of makes that 13th vehicle.
Yeah, he needs a couple cautions, and I don't think they're going to get any.
Well, looks like Robleski and Patrick Rowland going up on the high side, wanting to get, like to probably get 4 guys up there, march toward the front. But so
Yeah,
far,
they'd like to have a couple more, but they're not going to get them. It doesn't look like anybody wants to get out of line.
so far no takers. Whatever they get, they're going to be getting on their own.
Robleski and Rollins both have fast trucks, so won't be surprised at all if they do get up there.
They are definitely coming.
That group back there was about 15th on back. They've split up into 3 pairs now. They're not making any time on it.
All right, Robleski and Rowland right up here. Look at this, getting ready to take the lead. They want to take the lead away from them guys in the back. They've got a great run, boy, and they passed. Oh no, we got a. Oh no, we got a cat. They got caught on that one. And Patrick Rowland, man, he went for a heck of a ride. Harry Snelson too, so we're going to go back and take a look at that.
Wow. That looks to me like Rowland kind of dips and Snelson moves out, and they got into each other.
Yeah, I think when Patrick come down, I think he thought he was clear, and he wasn't quite clear. We're watching it here as they come down the front stretch. Patrick Snelson come up the hill into I'll get it right.
Perry Snelson came into Patrick Rowland.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And it looked like Rowland dipped just a touch right there. Like maybe Robleski thought he was clear and was going down, and Patrick followed him. But Snelson moved up at the most inopportune time and just turned them both.
Sure thing. All right. Well, Patrick Rowland back out here, but he's got a lot of damage on that car. I wouldn't doubt if we see him head for pit road here before too much longer. He probably wants to get another couple laps on it to make sure that he can make it the rest of the way on fuel after he makes his pit stop. But that's very unfortunate for these guys. Perry Snelson, don't look like Perry's got as much damage as Patrick Rowland does. Well, that was probably a good thing for these guys up front there. They changed up the lead a little bit.
Well, definitely put a new leader out front. Robleski's had a really fast truck all through practice, and in the race, he's been able to kind of go forward whenever he wanted to. So I look for him to kind of stay out there.
Now him and Kevin Mitchell working together since Patrick Rowland is out, well, out of contention here. But Brent Keith, Doug Lemon still working together. Sean Butler, Nicholas Stone, looks like they may have a partnership worked up.
Well, I don't know. Stone ain't able to hang with Butler now that Butler switched positions with him.
May need a little bit of help from these guys in behind him. Here's the 13 of Ron Cole. May have to start giving him a little bit of help. I know Nicholas got a little bit of tailgate damage there, if you notice, on that left rear.
Yeah, he got that early in the race on that first incident. I don't know if someone bumped in the back of him there. He got pushed too hard, but Butler been behind him the whole race, and they never went forward. And now the front four have gotten together and have started to push on each other. Unless Butler can pull up in there all by himself, which it actually looks like he's going to be able to do, surprisingly enough, he would have been out of it, because he would have had to go back to that other group, and I just don't know if that other group can hang with this front four.
Yeah, Sean probably happened to backpedal just a little bit, but he is going to try to make a run on the outside here by himself. Maybe get a little side draft off of these guys. Trying to get a run on Doug Lemons right now.
He's pretty much done all this by himself, too, which pretty impressive, really.
we're
These
going to
five.
have to drop back in behind Doug again.
Yeah, these 5 are coming up on the lap truck of David Lancaster one more time.
Yeah, they're coming up on him real quick. David,
Rowan and Russell have been on pit road, but I will tell you that Patrick Rowland's truck, the rear end is mangled pretty good, and the nose is got the left front jacked up in the air. I don't think he's going to be a factor in this now.
David Lancaster ducks it down in behind Sean Butler here, trying to get a little bit of his draft. Coming up here to take lap number 29, so we're creeping up on the halfway mark, Roger.
Yes, we are. Clean and green, and not so clean, but green all the time.
Right.
A couple of incidents that we've had have been, they haven't brought out a caution, but they very easily could have. But this front 5 is breaking away from everyone, and it's an odd number of trucks. Kind of a surprise to me, really.
David Robleski up there, man, leading this pack around. 5 of them working together, man. They have really put some distance on them other guys.
Yeah.
Jared Akey back here in 6th, though. They're only 1.7 seconds behind them guys and reeling them in.
Yeah, they're getting caught by the group behind them. About 4 trucks. It's Lee, Hall, Summers, and Grattan are starting to reel the back of that group in.
Yeah, William Tony in 8th, Nicholas Stone 9th, Ron Coles 10th, Jason Grattan in 11th, Robert Summers 12th.
We got pit stop starting up front.
All right, so we've got Doug Lemons. We've got a bunch of them coming down pit road here. Let's watch them as they come down pit road and see what kind of strategy these guys have got. Looks like Doug Lemons on pit road. Perry Snelson on pit road. Sean Butler, Doug Lemons, and Brent Keith all on pit road.
Well, there is a host of trucks on there.
Yeah. Chris Murfield, William Tony, Ron Cole.
Uh-oh, the odd man out of this deal is looking like it might be Butler.
That's not good for him. But our leader still up here in the front right now, David Robleski.
He had a long pit stop.
Like Jared Akey and them guys coming down pit road, coming to a stop. Jason Sizlove, those 2 partners up. Rush, had to back up in his pit stall. And he's changing tires. No.
We got one spinning. Oh, he saved it. Good catch by Scott Bartman. He about wrecked that truck coming off turn 2 back here. Robleski and Mitchell have not pitted.
Yeah, they may be going to probably take this thing just as far as they can. Maybe hoping for a caution.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to stay out there as long as they can, run this thing as far as they can. They're pushing on each other, and they're trying to make up as much time on everybody as they can. They're catching Sean Butler to put him a full lap down now.
Yes, sir. Well, Sean will probably tuck up behind them and try to get the draft and ride along with them. And that could possibly get him by a couple of them guys up in the front.
If he can stay with them, and unless they keep separating like that, I don't think he's going to be able to hang with just in 2 trucks.
No.
When there was a group of 4 in front of him, he was able to pull up on them because they kept spreading each other out. Oh, here we go. They're heading for pit road.
Yep.
Watch Robleski. He ain't going to get slowed down. No chance. Oh, my gosh.
He did.
Wow.
He was hard on them brakes, wasn't he?
All but locked them up. That's a good job getting on it. He really left his partner way behind though.
But he is speeding on pit road right now. I just seen him doing 65 mile an hour. Unless that was a glitch.
Had to be, because I don't have him going over 54.
Okay.
And he's already out.
Yeah.
So is Mitchell. Boy, that was a good tandem pit stop right there. They came in right behind each other. They came out right behind each other.
Yeah.
Now, let's see.
Robleski with a 9.9 pit stop and Kevin Mitchell with an 8.9. Wow. Looks like right now they've still got the lead. Robert Summers and these guys going to be coming up behind him. He's just now coming off of pit road as well. He's going to be back there a ways, so I don't know. We've got a couple up in the front right here. Brent Keith going to be our new leader.
Yeah, something happened. Kevin Mitchell must have spun. Well, maybe not. I don't know why he didn't get up to speed, but he did not get up to speed coming through the exit of the pits, and he lost all the way back. And now Lemons and Keith are the only two, and they are rolling away.
Yes, they are out there quite a bit. But got about a 3-second lead, and making that lead larger, about 3.5 seconds over David Robleski. But David's going backwards also.
He slowed down for Kevin Mitchell. He was getting a push from Jason Sizlove, and now they're going to leave Sizlove as the odd man out, I think.
Sizlove was working with Rush there. What happened to Rush? Rush back in.
He changed tires.
Yeah.
He changed tires, and that killed him.
Yeah. Kevin Mitchell in fourth. Jason Sizlove fifth. William Toney sixth. Rush back here in seventh. Nobody to work with. Gonna have to try to reel them guys in, but he's losing a lot of time right now. Man, 7 seconds behind him. He's got Robert Summers working up behind him. Him and Jason Grattan working together now.
Yeah, these odd trucks are not going to be able to get into these groups when they're coming at them 70 miles an hour faster. It just doesn't work out. They go right on by and you can't pull the grab.
Yeah, they're cruising on by Rusher, and he tries to duck in behind him and get that draft. But, well, I'll tell you what, like you said, they have such a run on them that it's hard to keep that draft.
Now this is what Mitchell and Robleski need. They need this group to get together, get in line, and start reeling in that bunch at the front.
Yeah, if
they're 4 seconds back. Sizlove just doesn't want to get in line. He will not get that truck down in that line for some reason. He refuses to put it down there.
Maybe he just doesn't like the way it feels down there, in that pocket. Does kind of make it a little bit, wiggly. But yeah, Robleski and Kevin Mitchell working together. I think they're going to pull away from them guys now.
Well, they need that help from the 44 truck back there. They need the 44, and I believe that's the 87 of William Toney. They need them up there so the 4 of them can run these 2 up front down, because they are just pushing the daylights out of each other up at the front.
Coming down pit road, looks like Patrick Rowland and Mark Russell that could be working together now. Them 2 coming on pit road.
He just is not going to get in line. He wants to race these guys, and that's going to slow all 4 of them down. Those 2 up front are just loving that these guys are back here racing each other.
Yeah, they're 3.2 seconds back of them. Man.
You still got 30, 27, 29 laps, whatever it is, left to go. You want to race each other. Race the last 5 or 10 laps. But for now, you need to catch the leaders if you want to have a shot. That's just bad decision by 2 trucks in the back there. And Sizlove may have been upset that Mitchell dumped him to go back to Robleski. And that's fine, but, you got to look at the big picture. You can't look at right this second.
Rush back here, 9th, all by himself, nobody helping him, 10 seconds back. Roy Hall in.
I reckon somewhere.
Oh, we got a caution. First caution of the day. Oh man, Scott Barkman into that, but it didn't. He wasn't the one that started it. It was somebody right ahead of him. We will go back and take a look at that. Somebody wrecked right ahead of him.
Mike Viney.
What happened to Mike Viney?
I'm looking to see. He was in between two of his teammates. He touched the apron, and I got the back end loose, and Pearson got in the back of him. Mike just got in the apron twice, and there wasn't anything that anything that Barkman could do. I'm not sure why he got down there and got the apron twice, but he was just out of control right there a little bit.
Oh man, Scott Barkman, man. His partner just missed that. Chris Murfield just missed the back of Mike Viney's truck. I don't know how he missed that. Wow.
Well, that's a big break for bunches and bunches of these guys now.
Yeah, this is going to catch the whole field up now. Let's get up there to our leader, Brent Keith. I don't think we're going to see any pit stop. Nobody's going to want to give up that track position. I mean, I may be wrong. I may be wrong on that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody needs fuel, and the only thing they would want is tires, and they're really not that big of a commodity here at this track.
Well, we'll see if they do come down pit road here. If not, if they do, if not, we're going to take a quick commercial break, Roger.
They do not.
All right.
We'll have a few, but it won't be the leaders, so let's go ahead and have that commercial. I'll be right back.
Roger that. We are back here at Daytona with the Midnight Motorsports League running 65 laps. We're under the first caution of the day, came on lap 39. These guys trying to get this sorted out now. We're going to get back to green in just a minute. It's good for the rest of the field. It kind of got everybody caught back up, and I think we're going to see a good race now. These guys, everybody caught back up to the field.
Yeah, everybody's caught back up now. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, this is going to change everything, I think, of what we were thinking earlier, Roger. And we didn't think it was going to come down to this. We thought it was just going to be a pull-away race there. But it turned out everybody's caught up. All right, restarting here. Brent Keith first, Doug Lemons in second, Jason Sizlove third, William Toney fourth, Kevin Mitchell, your top five, David Robleski in sixth, Jason Grattan in seventh, Robert Summers eighth, Jared Akey ninth, Roy Hall, your top 10. I don't know if there's much sense in getting down there and talking to anybody, is there, Roger?
Not right now.
Yeah, race is probably, they're going to go back to green here in a minute. If we do get another caution, then maybe we get a chance to talk to somebody. But it looks like Scott Bartman has taken his truck behind pit road, and Ron Coles as well. So we've got 4 drivers, I believe, that have taken their cars behind pit road.
Looks that way.
You're eating, aren't you?
I'm having a handful of peanuts real quick. I had to go out and check the news. My wife told me that there's a gigantic wildfire north of town, and I went to go see what the coverage looked like.
Oh, okay. 23 laps to go when they cross the line. And this is going to put everybody close together again, just like starting the whole race over. But Brent Keith up in the front. David Robleski's led 11 laps. Perry Snelson's led 21. And Brent Keith has led 9. Nicholas Stone led 1. So let's take a look here real quick. 4 lead changes. First caution of the night.
Well, now we're going to have all these damaged trucks up in here with all these trucks that aren't damaged, and they're all intermingled. And we'll see how that plays out.
Well, if Brent Keith and Doug Lemons can get back together, they may be able to maintain that. But with Sizlove up there and Toney, this could be a whole different story.
Well, you got Robleski and Mitchell in there too, and they were really quick before. At least Robleski was really quick before the incident that took his partners out of it. So
yeah, they might be looking.
He's got a good truck.
They might be looking at brand new partners starting right now. Sizlove might decide to start working with Brent Keith, being he's right behind him, and Doug Lemons and William Toney might start working together, being they're behind each other. So
yeah, I kind of doubt that. The 70 and 32 have been working together since the driver was green flag, so I bet they figure out how to get back together real quick, even if they get separated right here. Some of the usual suspects aren't at the front.
yeah, this is a kind of a little bit of a shake-up there. But they have still got a chance to get up there. All right, coming out of turn 4 here and down the front stretch, pace car is about to duck onto pit road, and we're going to go back to green flag. Pace car's in. Green flag is out, and we're off and running again.
Oh, kind of a watered up start, really.
Yeah, Brent Keith didn't go, and I think he was kind of thinking that, Doug Lemons is going to come down, but he brings Toney right with him.
Toney, wow.
And that was a little bit different, I think, than what they had anticipated. Now everybody going to start going single file here for a while. They know that they've got, 20-some laps to go. 22 to go when they cross the line.
Yeah, we're in the last third of the race, Rudy.
Yeah. Doug Lemons out front, right where he wants to be now. And we could see him bring that thing to victory lane. William Toney, I'm sure, happy to be up front. Started 7th, and here he is running in 2nd. A lot of jumbling around going in the back of the field there. People people trying to get sorted out where they want to be with their partner.
I had a group that tried on the outside and just couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah, Brent Keith in third, Jason Sizlove fourth, Gillespie now up to fifth, working with Kevin Mitchell. Those two could be lethal. Both good runners. They both have been up in the front all day. Gillespie kind of got shuffled back for a little while, and boy, he's back up in the hunt of things. And I look for him to probably be right about somewhere in the. He'll be in the top 10 for sure.
He does shut the wind. Him and Mitchell can get back on the pace they were on before the yellow.
Yeah, Robert Summers.
But you're gonna have to watch. Butler and Tommy Lee are hooked up again. Now they're starting to go forward.
This could be another dangerous combination for the rest of this field. Them two hooked up together. They're coming on the outside, but right now just kind of like hanging there. Rush ducks to the outside with them. Sean Butler moves into the 9th place now. Bringing Tommy Lee with him. Now they look on the outside again, try to get a run. They've got a pretty good run. They go by Robert Summers. A little bit of dancing around going on. Tommy Lee kind of misses the turn right there a little bit. Gets off of Sean Butler. Gonna have to reel him back up here and try to get back on his bumper.
They're trying to squeeze down and get side draft off that 27 truck, and that's a bad combination sometimes, especially if the guy's a little tight getting in. They get up and get into you and knock you up in the fence. So gotta be careful with that.
Yeah. 27 right there, Kevin Mitchell. Well, I'll tell you what, if they can get a good run, which they did here a little bit ago, and may be able to clear them, but I don't know about getting up with that front pack. That front four up there, man, they're going to be awful tough to get by. I'm sure Robleski would love to be up there where Sean Butler's at right now. They are on a roll and they are cruising. Getting by Jason Sizlove. And the next one there, William Toney. Boy, they are on a cruise. Doug Lemons and William Toney right there in the front.
Breaking up some ground.
Man, I'm telling you what, they are really coming. Tommy Lee is just pushing the daylights out of Sean Butler right now. He's going to probably start feeling a little bit of heat in that motor before too much longer. Going to have to duck it out and get a little air now and then in that radiator. He's going to wind up blowing it up. Sean Butler.
Pretty good fight.
Yeah, right there, right door to door with Doug Lemons.
This is a really good fight up here.
Yeah. Man, we've got, what, about 10 trucks here, double file all the way. Man, I'm telling you what, this is great racing right here.
We have 15 to go. The top 12 are right there together.
Rush gets a little bit swirly. They're behind, I believe that's 91.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were a little on the squirrely side. Roy Hall finally kind of falling back a little bit. A little bit losing the draft there just a little bit. Now Rush kind of gets dumped off by the 91 of Jason Ratton. And Rush going to kind of try to figure a way to get back up there with no partner, trying to hang on to the draft to that high side, but I don't know if he's got enough of a run.
He's going to have to fall behind Roy Hall in the 45 to stay in the group and have any kind of shot.
Yep, and that's what he does. So
losing them 2 trucks off the back of that group on the outside has actually slowed that line down just a little bit.
yeah. Yeah, Doug Lemons, oh boy, now maybe Sean might have a little bit of a run here. 14 laps to go. I don't know. Oh, and he dumps off his partner, Tommy Lee.
Now expect him to slow up just a little bit and let the 24 push by so he can pull in front.
Yeah, and he's got to be very careful doing that. You check up that whole field, you're going to get guys that are going to want to take it 3 wide. If Tommy can stay right there side by side with him, he may be able to pull this off.
And I can tell you, if I'm Doug Lemons, I'm pushing the 88 like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah.
I will separate you two as far as I can separate you.
And that's about what he's doing right now. Tommy Lee falling way back in the field now. He has to duck it down to the low line and falls into 4th place. Robleski up on the high side with Kevin Mitchell. But we've only seen 2 trucks have not been able to do it by themselves. You need about 4 up there to do anything. And it's just with them up there by themselves, they're not really going anywhere. But Tommy Lee comes up to the high side to try to pull Robleski and decides no, he needs to be in that low line. I think he ducked out there to get a little bit of air in that thing.
Yeah, he probably had to.
Oh, yeah.
It was still hot from pushing the 88 and needed a little more air since he ducked right in behind the 32.
Yeah.
All Robleski and them and Mitchell need is for the 34. As soon as he clears, to get behind, and they'll continue to go forward. But Brent Keith got back to the bumper of Doug Lemons, and now those 2 have swung out and pushed around, and they're going back to him.
Yeah. They did that with ease, didn't they?
They timed it up real good off the exit of 4 and got that push around the front stretch. So
Kevin Mitchell almost into the wall coming off the turn. Man, we've got a bunch of them mixed up into it here.
And I was wrong. That's William Tony that is behind that line, not Brent Keith. Brent Keith is 5th in this line.
Yeah, he is 5th. Jason Sizlove is 6th. Robleski up on the high side, kind of losing Kevin Mitchell there for a minute. Rush in 10th, but he is coming by Robleski now. That's going to move him up another position. So all these guys, man, we've got one heck of a battle going on here. Man, what's there, about 14 trucks in this front pack?
Yeah, and we're getting down to the 10 to go mark. This time by, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, 14 trucks we got in this front pack. All within 13, I'm sorry. All within 9/10 of a second of each other. Pretty crazy. Let's go back. I wanted to go back here real quick while these guys are running. Nicholas Stone way back here running with Mark Russell. Mark Russell 9 laps down, but working with Nicholas Stone. Nicholas about 7.3 seconds behind the lead pack, but running in 14th place. Chris Murfield in 15th. Perry Snelson back here in 16th, pulling a whole pack of guys. Mike Vining. Patrick rolling into that, and David Lancaster. And Mark Russell all by himself here back in the 21st, well, not by himself, but running in the 21st position right now, last on the field of the drivers left out here. Let's get back up here to our leader, Doug Lemons, leading this whole pack around. Robleski working with, we've got a good battle going up on the high side now. We've got quite a few trucks getting up there. They figured out, I think, the more trucks that are up there, the faster they're going to be.
Yep. Well, we've had the lap truck of Bob Roberts pull Stephen Pearson up into this group. They were back off this group a few laps ago. Now they're right up there. They're going to try to be a factor now.
Looking back from Doug Lemons, Sean Butler trying to stay right there on the side draft. But boy, I'm going to tell you what, that's dangerous territory right there.
It's dangerous to side draft. That guy on the bottom, you got 100% trust him. He wiggles a little bit, you could be in the fence, you could widen the whole field behind you.
Yeah, like we just seen a couple of the guys wiggle a little bit right there. Get here with Sean Butler. He is way up high, letting his partner go by, Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee on the point on that high side. They still have not cleared Doug Lemons and company up there.
Well, we'll see how this is all going to play out, because the closer we get to the end, the more the attention is going to ratchet up, and somebody's liable to make a mistake.
Absolutely. Well, as much as these guys are bobbling around back here, anything like that could happen. Looking ahead from these, boy, see these guys like wobbling all over the place. And I don't know, it could be the wind. You know, that's probably a little bit of the wind that's blowing out there right now. It is a little bit windy. Coming to the line, going to be six
to go.
Yes, 6 more laps around this place.
This front six is kind of eased away from Robleski and Mitchell now, but I think they're waiting to see if there's going to be a mistake.
Yeah, there's quite a battle there for the side-by-side. Robleski and Brent Keith, or not Brent Keith, Kevin Mitchell.
Well, Tony just blinked out big time.
Oh, brother. You don't need that.
Here comes Robleski. Robleski and Mitchell have caught up to the back of Butler and Lee.
Yep.
It's going to get interesting right here.
This is where the push is going to have to be a very much of a good push here, where they're going to have to get a good run to get by Doug Lemons up there. But Tommy Lee leading that pack on the high side, trying to get by Doug Lemons. Now pulls down to get a little bit of side draft off of Doug Lemons. Doug kind of pushes him back up the hill to break that momentum. That's
Tommy's playing a dangerous game down there, trying to lay on the door of the 87. There, and there's the danger right there.
Yep, William Tony out of it, I believe.
They're trying to lay down somebody's door. Somebody always ends up getting the short end of that stick.
Sure thing.
And now they're going to have to watch out, because that was one of the teammates for these two trucks right here behind them. But they don't cut them no quarter.
Tommy Lee up in the front. Robleski starts falling backwards. He's back to the 9th place. But we got guys still bumping each other about down here.
We had a big accordion. I think Butler backed off of the 24 and kind of started trying to check those guys up.
Oh, brother. Oh, Doug Lemon. Oh, we're going to wind up having a wreck here. You wait. This is getting nuts.
Yeah, there's some upset drivers right now, I'm sure, in that group from the 70 on back. Here comes Robleski and Mitchell coming up.
Yeah, they're going to do it the good old-fashioned way. No side draft, just push. Robleski, comes down almost into Tommy Lee. 3 wide. Look at that at the line. 3 wide. Man, I'm telling you what, that was some good driving right there by them guys.
Yeah, it hurt them. It hurt them, and now everybody's going to have to get the push in here. So I got to get back to the 24 and the 88.
And they're coming up on lap traffic.
Yeah, I hope that don't play a factor.
Yeah, I hope not either. Doug Lemon up on the high side.
Lucky to get turned right there.
Yeah. That was a little squirrely.
I don't know why the 47 put himself in the middle of this. That's a bad choice on his part. He's going to affect the outcome of the win for these guys.
Doug Lemon's almost come down right in front of Tommy Lee, but now the high side's going to have to deal with lap traffic, I believe. Man,
this is going to affect this outcome. These lap cars right here, they don't have a choice.
Yeah,
there's your wreck.
There it goes.
There's your wreck.
Caution is out. That's going to end the race, and it looks like that's going to just pretty much ensure Tommy Lee getting a rush into it. Oh man, we've got a bunch of tore up trucks now. So let's go back here with Rush. Watch this as it all unfolds. Actually, it wasn't on him. He just got caught into that. Trying to get right on it here. Right, I think right there is about where it started.
That was the 32, it looks like. Came up and got right into, I believe that's David Lancaster. He just shot up there and got into him.
Yep, David Lancaster, which was a lap down vehicle. It caught Bob Roberts and Stephen Pearson into that. Robleski into the side of the 32 of Brent Keith. Oh man, we've got Doug Lemon's going to be tore up. So that's going to end the race right there for these guys. So these guys are trying to just make it around here to finish the race up, smoking and all. Robleski's smoking like crazy.
Yep.
Like Tommy Lee is going to win this. We'll get down here with him as he is going to bring this to the win. I'm sure probably not the way he really wanted to see that win, but man, that was pretty crazy.
I need to step away for a minute, Rudy. Can you start that? I got to go check the steel on TV.
All right, Tommy Lee winning here at Daytona. Congratulations to Tommy. Sean Butler going to finish second as they come to the line here. It looks like Tommy's going to win this once he crosses the line. I've got it slowed down here so we can keep him in the camera's view. Once he gets to the line here, I'll stop and we'll see if we can't get down here and get a word in with Tommy. Once they all get done talking here. Tommy Lee, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Tommy, wow, probably not the way you wanted that to end. It looked like a very fun battle going on up in the front, but you bring it home in the first spot tonight. Congratulations on your win. Tell us about how your race went for you out there today.
Well, to be honest with you, Rudy, I was a little worried because we took the green flag and got to turn one, and the 50 went up the track, so I dove in underneath of him and was up to the left rear tire, and he just come down right across the nose, and it dropped us way back. Teammate Sean Butler slid through his pit box on the pit stop, and I was like, well, up back and catch him. Maybe we can get lucky and catch a caution, and sure enough, we did, and just worked our way back up through there and come to the front.
Well, it was unfortunate that happened. I know it was, somebody had to give with that lap traffic when you guys were coming up on the end right there. Somebody had to give up, and nobody did. Everybody kept the full throttle down, and when you guys got in there to the 3 wide, it looked, pretty treacherous. And we've seen a few times it looked pretty treacherous on lap traffic. Excuse me. But you bring it home to the win today, Tommy. Congratulations, a season opener here at Midnight Motorsports. Congratulations to you on that. And you want to give a shout out to anybody or a thank you?
Yeah, I mean, of course, give a big shout out and thank you to my teammate Sean Butler and his setup. Finished first and second. Had another teammate out there, Jared Akey, or Rush as everybody knows him as. I think he got caught up in that mess. Other than that, it was a good race. Just a big thank you to you guys at MaxSpeedTV that do the broadcast and everything. You and Roger for doing it all. Midnight Motorsports. And RPM Motorsports as well for helping me out in another league that I'm going for.
All right, Tommy. Well, great race out there today, buddy. I mean, it was just great to see you up there. You come from way back in the field and brought this thing to the win. So great job out there today, and thanks for talking with us.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right. Roger, are you back? He's not. Okay. Sean Butler, you got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Yeah, Sean, you got that thing up into the front. You kept it there pretty much all day. It was looking a little bleak there for a bit. You got mired back in the field, and every time you guys tried to get a run on that high side, it just seemed like you guys just could not go anywhere unless there was about 4 or 5 of you up there working together. You kind of hit that parachute effect there coming off the trucks, and you just like stalled out. We noticed that quite a bit. You and Tommy got hooked back up together, and it was just great to see you two back together racing buddies. But you brought it home second today, Sean. Congratulations. Tell us about your racing and how you felt the truck and the race went for you today.
Well, first of all, I congratulate Tommy on that win. Man, he had some bad luck there at the beginning. I was running up in the front. I just kind of was just riding along for a while until we hit our green flag pit stops. Man, I messed it up. I got on pit road a little bit better than I can't remember who I was behind. I think it was Doug, and then I couldn't find my pit. I couldn't see it until I was like right by it, and that just messed me up big time. And Tommy was nice to kind of wait up for me to bring me back up, and then that way I wasn't out there all by myself. And then we lucked out with that caution. We needed it, and yeah, once you get up on the outside and you get up at the front of it, it's just really, really hard to pass that low line. And we worked at it, and when he was able to get me out front, he told me to dive down to the bottom, and then he was able to pull in fourth, and then I knew those guys were going to go back by us, and then it was just on it from there. We didn't want to get blocked, so we just went back to the outside to kind of run them on the outside, and hopefully we'd get by them. We made a switch, and it worked out. So it just, too bad we couldn't finish it up under green. Those lap cars kind of messed it up a little bit, but, it's the way it is out here. It's a little bit tighter than, like, Talladega or something.
Right, yeah. Well, it's just kind of a tribute to the racing, that we have to endure out here. It'd be just no different than if a tire went down or if you ran out of fuel, or it's just a racing thing that you got to deal with, lap traffic. And it just seemed like nobody wanted to give up any speed or time back out, and rightfully so. I mean, you're coming down to the end of the race, just 4 or 5 laps to go, 3 laps to go, I believe. And but great racing out there today, Sean. Just good to see you and Tommy up there working together like that, and you bring it home 1-2. So great job on that. Congratulations on your second place. You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Give a shout out to you guys up there in the booth, MaxSpeedTV, for all you guys doing the broadcast and everything, and Midnight Motorsports for putting these on. great to be back. I'm glad we didn't have a big break in between seasons, and I'm looking forward to going out here and trying to defend that championship.
Absolutely, yeah. And again, congratulations on that championship last season. It was great to see you get that last week, and coming right out here and bringing home a second spot to start the new season out. That's pretty impressive. So good job and congratulations on second place tonight. And thanks for talking with us there, Sean.
Thanks, Rudy. Have a good one.
You too. All right, let's see if we can't get down on the track here. If he hasn't gone, I'm not sure if we can catch Jason Sizlove or not. Jason Sizlove, you got a copy?
It's already gone, Rudy.
Well, that's nice.
Back.
Guess he didn't want to be interviewed. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, and
Thank you.
Rudy,
Had to run to
if
the
I got
restroom.
just a second, I wanted to say this again since he just now got back. Big thank you to RPM Motorsports for helping me out in the other league. He chewed me because I didn't shout out to him last time.
All right. Okay, let's run down through these results here real quick. Perry Snelson does lead the most laps tonight with 21. We did have a few other leaders here. Nicholas Stone led a lap. Brent Keith led 9 laps. Doug Lemons led 13. David Robleski led 11. Sean Butler 5 and Tommy Lee 5. But the most important one, he led the last one. So now let's see where the results are here. We got Tommy Lee, of course, our winner. Sean Butler second. Jason Sizlove third. Stephen Pearson fourth. Kevin Mitchell fifth. Robert Summers sixth. David Robleski seventh. Doug Lemons eighth. Brent Keith ninth. Roy Hall 10th. And Jared Akey 11th. Roger?
Nicholas Stone in the 12th position. William Tony 13th. 14th goes to Chris Muirfield. Perry Snelson in 15th. Mike Vining came home 16th. Jason Gratton in the 17th position. 18th went to Bob Roberts. Patrick Rowland in the 19th position. 20th to David Lancaster. 21st to Mark Russell. Scott Bartman in 22nd. Ron Coles 23rd. John Gamble 24th. And Vernon Margolin 25th to round out our field, Rudy.
All right. Well, great job by these guys out here. I just wanted to look real quick here. 3 cautions we had tonight. 14 lead changes amongst those leaders. So great job by them guys out there. Congratulations to our winner, Tommy Lee. And we will see you tomorrow night for another broadcast here at MaxSpeedTV. Thanks for watching.